and welcome to episode 69, nice, of Snap on This, a Marvel Snap podcast. This week's secret homework, entertain us. I'm your host, LaurenWhatevs, here with my usual amazing, delightful, sparkling, effervescent co-hosts. First up this week, it's Rie. How was your weekend Snap? And keep it snappy.
I feel like a champagne. Sparkling and effervescent. Okay. I had a pretty good weekend Snap, to be honest. I did a bunch of Grand Arena to the point really tired of it, but I don't hate life. And then I have to brag. Speaking of Grand Arena, Scott, the writer of 50,000 Snap.fan articles.
That's the number.
Complimented me for noticing right away that Black Panther would be the superior deck of Grand Arena, which I was correct. So, I mean, I don't know how many compliments you have gotten from Scott about your
lifetime
capabilities.
Oh.
No, we're totaling within recent memory because I have a bad one. But I would like to propose a Gimli Legolas style competition wherein we try to rack up the highest count of Scott compliments just by being yeah, but he can't know, so we just have to be cool in his presence.
Pretty sure he listens.
Yeah, a horse might be out of the barn.
Tangentially. Sorry, this just popped in my head. Wouldn't it be so cool if you could, impress people with, snaps? Your prowess of video games? Obviously, Lauren would just be the star of everyone where, she went. Lauren would just back and be like, I heard she wants on a Kamertage. Maybe Brazilian, whatever. But for me, it would have made me, I was, such a loner loser at college parties, and it would have been so much better if I could have, can you imagine if we were you could just be have you ever seen anyone do a surfer like this? Or
it was mainstream clout.
Yeah, right? Or just not everyone can wield the double-edged sword that is Toxie, but I was built different, Although, okay, I guess to be fair, now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm that is not who I would find cool at parties.
No.
We'll workshop the concept, but anyway, I'm just saying it would have been way cooler if my Snap memes, made me cool in real life. Okay,
you would have been cooler.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yes. Okay, so I did play mostly this week. I was playing just a ton of Grand Arena because I was I might as well get to Wade Wilson. And, when they have these limited modes, part of the biggest problem is you just never quite know how long. I mean, you would if, you read Lauren's, right? Probably. It's about exactly how long it will take you to get this. But I'm I don't know. We just do it till it's done. And then after that though, okay, I wanted to say I didn't have I was bouncing around and I didn't have a new deck that I wanted to share, but I thought I would share where my brain is at right now, because it's quite possible. It's sometimes I have these little ideas or these desires, mostly around new variants I've got, whatever, to build the deck, and sometimes I'll even have it half put together for days or a week before I finally finish it off. Maybe I've thought a lot about it, and then I take it into a match, and then occasionally it does so bad that I immediately just disappear. It's just
oh yeah.
I know I spent a long time bringing you in.
It's been incubating for weeks.
You can't. I'm sorry. You were ill-conceived and tired. Just accept it. Just go out peacefully. Okay. But sometimes it kicks around. Sometimes the idea is just no, and then I try it again and it doesn't work again, and then I try it a third time, it still doesn't work. And then, but anyway, okay. the new idea is that, okay, I finally got a good rescue variant. There are a lot of like not good rescue variants, to be honest. And I have like 2 of them. I'm just like, ugh. Anyway, so I got the one that's like just the suit, you know, looks, it reminds me of Fallout, you know, the way the armor, you just see the armor sitting there. Yeah.
Does it have like piping all around it?
Yes, you love it.
I love that one. That's the one I run.
Like,
yeah.
Yes, exactly. I know. I thought of you when I got it, but I also love it and was stoked. It's like, you know, my favorite. And I'm like, oh, I really want to run rescue, and she sucks. You know why you know that? Because you don't really ever see her unless it's a lot. So like, and then it was just like, okay, here's where we crossed into full memery though. It's like, but what if Jessica Jones could be Mr. What if? Like, I hate playing her. I hate limiting myself. This is the madness, like, I somehow got to out of trying to be like, how though? How we do this? Like, okay, like Silver Surfer first steps. Because, like, normally if I'm doing that, I'm like, Wong goes in. But, like, I don't know. Lately, Wong's been, like, tough for me to, like, pull stuff off with. People have too much, there's too much, like, movers and shakers and stoppers, you know. Wong can't handle an unmovable object or, like...
Or an unstoppable force. Damn it, he's neither of those things.
So I'm like, how are we gonna copy? And I didn't want Abs Man because like that doesn't fit with like rescuing Jessica Jones. But I'm like, Silver Surfer first steps, maybe the answer. Maybe we just have a little advanced thought. We just Sun Tzu it. We just plan ahead for the war, and we put there. And it's like that could work with Jessica Jones or Rescue. You know, if you're winning, that would be so cute. If you just like, you know, Jessica Jones, Silver Surfer, ping, ping. I don't know. I have a dream. So like, and then I was like, okay, but what if we didn't play turn 5, like, unironically? Like, not even with, like, a limbo or stuff. We're just, like, dropping it. So I put in Sunspot, and then, like, an Infinite and a She-Hulk, and I'm like, what if Warlock's there? To maybe, because otherwise I don't know how we play She-Hulk. Infinite. And I have Zabu to make things cheaper, Bruce Banner, because we're splitting things. I don't even know. It's like, I put in some other stuff. It's like, this is maybe all a really bad idea.
A little slapdash.
Maybe.
Want to play my rescue variant. And I'm always, like, Jessica Jones is like a mantis. But the thing is, I don't even try because I just don't want to. I'm just like, Jessica, you need to hang out with your friends. Like, you're sad, you're an alcoholic. Don't shut yourself away. Like, get in there, get in the fight. Okay, so I don't know. So if anyone has really cool decks, you know,
with Jessica Jones or Rescue,
that are good and that don't make me immediately want to replace them with a different card.
I used to run them. In lockdown, I would run one of Jessica Jones, Drax, or Rescue, depending on who felt right. But
I thought about Charles for this, and I'm like, And there's so much move going around, to be honest, anymore, because it's so good. It's like...
There's move, and you can play skills on Professor X. Like, he's not...
What a nerf to X. Can you imagine, like, Professor
really
X just, like...
disrespectful.
Like, I can't do anything about Nightcrawler because he can move. It's like, no, this is not the fantasy of Marvel. Okay. So, you know, that's the kind of things, like, I'm also, like, finally, I just started playing, like, I was looking through and I'm like, oh, I never did anything with Fallen One. And I'm someone who loves, like, buff decks.
Oh.
So I'm trying to, like, throw them in, like, my last buff deck I was messing around with and see how I fit. So there's some forward thinking hypotheses more than theories, to be honest with you. So, you know, that's what I've been up to.
Great. Ben, how was your weekend snap and keep it snappy?
My weekend snap, endeavoring to keep it snappy as I always do.
Every time.
I played some Snap. Not much of it was Grand Arena. I think after we last spoke, I may have played 1, possibly 2 games of Grand Arena. But I dropped those 800 gold on that pass. Got you know what? I'll say it. I got played Wilson. Yeah, I'm fucking tired of Deadpools. Too many Deadpools, y'all. So yeah, I got played Wilson. I got all the useful things in the shop. And I think in total, I cannot have played a 2-digit number of Grand Arena matches, and that is fine with me. So that was pretty cool. Also played a lot of Conquest because for whatever reason, I just always seem to be playing on Hot Location Day or whatever, and or I was playing decks that I wasn't sure would do well on ladder, and I like to test things in Conquest because it gives you more time to understand what's going on with the deck and even understand what's going on within a matchup. And yeah, I think Conquest is the place to test, baby. It rhymed. I don't know. I'm not sure. Some weeks we're all baby. I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying it's not unprecedented. And other things, I played so much Slay the Spire. Oh dear, man.
Really?
Yep. I'm,
You kickstarted your own addiction again.
That's the thing. Well, Slay the Spire, it's like, yeah, it never really left. But I remember all those many months ago when I discovered that I hadn't cleared Ascension 20 with the defect, and now I'm running out of characters to play is the thing in my quest to get everyone all the way fully ascended. And so now I'm stuck with the Ironclad and the Silent, and the Silent is so much more fun than the Ironclad. So I'm really trying to like enjoy those runs and space them out. And mostly I just do bad Ironclad runs and die and stuff. I mean, sometimes I'm getting there with the Ironclad too, but I can just tell I'm going to finish the Silent and then I'm going to be playing the Ironclad over and over, and it's going to be less fun than it could be.
Can you briefly explain Ascension to me?
Yeah. So after you clear
difficulty level?
Yes, there are up to 20 extra little rules that get added on, and they each make the game incrementally harder. There are things like regular enemies have more challenging move sets, or like you heal less after the boss, or like event spaces are less likely to be all positive all the time, or like there are just all these like little things, or like, oh, you start with a curse in your deck, or the final one is like double boss. So it's only the third boss that you get two of, and it's not that big a deal. Usually if you're set up to clear one of the bosses, you can probably figure out another one. Although the second boss, they don't tell you what it's going to be, because that's the thing. Here's a Slay the Spire tip. Sometimes it's good once you're on the third area, or even in one of the earlier biomes. You want to scroll whichever way you're, get to the other end of the map and look at the icon of who the boss of the region's going to be, because some of them are strong against different sorts of compositions. Anywho, played some Snap. Played so many decks. Oh my gosh, I can't even reveal all the decks that I've been building this week, though, that I've been testing in the aforementioned Conquest. I'll tell you all about some cards I've been playing. I know last week I mentioned I'd been playing Debris. I dusted her off. I've been playing her again this week. Other cards I've been playing that are gonna just absolutely just flip your lid. You're gonna positively. I was playing Nocturne last week. I played a little more of her this week. I've been playing Nicholas Scratch. How about that?
Ooh.
I've been playing Fire Lord, and in a deck that I will tell you about later, because it's got Weapon H in it. I've even let Zombie Power Man into my heart. I've been meaning to for a while. I've found the design to be intriguing, but this week was finally the week. But I'm going to talk about that deck later. But and someday in the future, I'll talk about the Firelord deck, though I'm not sure Firelord will still be in it by the time I'm talking about it. But I will reveal what that was once I'm satisfied that it's in a shareable condition. But yeah, just loving life, loving card games. I loving all kinds of games. Just games are a joy. But Snap, no less than any other. That's certainly true, and more than some. I'll say it. Snap's pretty fun.
You're wild for saying that.
I know. I host a Snap podcast, but guess what? Still kind of love that game. Yum, yum, yum. All right, Lauren, I must know. How was your weekend, Snap?
Yeah. Work on a fourth location kind of goes on behind the scenes. That's a site that I'm launching soon with Scott Denham.
Have you blown through the deadline yet? Was Scott dreaming?
No, December 16th is our goal. And it's still our goal so far. And it might launch with only a single article from me, but that's probably okay because people don't read past tense articles. They only want to read what's hot and new. So if it happens, my Team Clash guide will be on fourth location, not on Twitter. That's the dream, but it is a very busy season at work for me. I'm in health insurance, and so setting up all the rate changes and everything like that for January 1st means that it's busy season for us, which does stink. That the holidays are the time of year that we kind of can't take PTO. But I knew that going into it. Anyway.
Also, though, can we, when fourth location launches, can we all dress like Newsies?
I don't know if
I don't have the hat.
Yeah, it's I don't think I do have anything like that.
I've got none of the accoutrement.
I don't even have a newspaper.
No.
I like the idea.
Yes.
Okay.
Wednesday's hot location, Sunday's hot location.
Did we have two of them in the past week? It felt like there were two of them.
It's Wednesdays and Sundays.
It's Wednesdays and Sundays.
Yeah, it was sometimes it's
Monster
too many
Island.
because if I don't want to do the hot location, I'm like, boo.
Yeah.
Or I forget and I don't notice till I'm like, this has shown up a lot. Sometimes one shows up a lot. I bet this happens to everyone. One shows up a lot and you're like, did I miss a hot location day? And start going through the main screen. And you're like, no, it's just haunting me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was Wednesdays, but it might have been Sundays. Anyway, hot location was Monster Island, and Safety Blade made a very fun Cobra deck that I took from 95 to Infinite.
Cobra.
Oh,
Shout
Cobra!
out to the original
What a time to bust out
Combat, the number one Cobra fan.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Gotta
yeah.
shout him
I wonder if it.
So Cobra-ing a monster is very fun, but also sometimes it wasn't a monster, sometimes it was a zombie horde or.
Oh yeah, a lot of zombies.
Folks play targets.
The housekeep for sure.
Those things.
Yeah. So I don't know, it's definitely good enough for a hot location where Cobra can benefit, which I think is pretty much just Monster Island. Not especially invested in killing off raptors. But and then you get a Fenris in there, and it was fun. And I think that is how hot location should be. The boring ones are why are we even doing this? I know some people aren't a fan of hot locations at all, but surely they must have decent stats in the data, or the team would stop doing them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the people who play casually probably appreciate them more than people who play the game extensively.
It's just those weeks when we get two of them. I sometimes feel a bit choked out of the game, Yeah,
I'm trying to think if it's always two or if it's only when there's
every
a new
other
location.
It
might be only when there's a new location. We get Wednesday ones on new.
Because there's featured location and there's hot location, right?
Yeah,
and
featured is new and hot is existing. But I think at this point they're both 50% chance to show up in your game. Anyway, that's enough about that. I haven't really been playing any particular deck besides that because I have been playing tons of Arena. Not grinding for anything especially. I just had a lot of fun with the Sentinels deck. I think when last we talked, I had a 70% win rate, but like 20 games. And by the time Sunday rolled around, I had like a 70% win rate and like 80 games. So that deck was doing very well for me until its natural predator of Black Panther. That was the only deck that I struggled with. Until Black Panther became widely known as the best. And then it was everywhere.
So clearly the best. Very quickly.
Yeah, and they hit it so hard. We can talk about that a little bit more when we briefly graze upon Arena. Unless y'all want to talk about Arena right now. I don't really
what did they do to it? I only played it like once or twice and that was when it was in its original form. What happened?
Oh my gosh.
They hit Grandmaster and Shuri both.
How did they not see it? Lasher getting like doubles worth out of your like giant chant. Like
it was so
how did they look
easy
at that and not see how unbalanced? It was so consistent, right?
That's the thing. I remember like the 2 games I played with it because they went okay. They were very in control.
Oh, you've touched on the real thing because I actually think the Weapon X deck might be stronger, and they didn't touch it at all. But it's a lot harder to play well. Whereas Black Panther is very straightforward.
Yeah, but more than that, I do think it's because like part of the drawback of those style of deck, like big combo decks like Black Panther, are how obvious they are to see coming. You know what I mean? And like therefore to be stopped with numerous varieties of tech, a Juggernaut, Cosmo, like all kinds of things, right? And
there's basically no tech in Grand Arena.
And there's
right
no
now.
tech. So of course the big combo deck was gonna beat. I don't know. My personal opinion is it was more powerful. I didn't have a problem beating Weapon X.
Oh, it was well. A lot of people were not playing Weapon X well, but if you played it correctly, you made a giant Weapon X, and then you won the other lane with Null. That's hard to compete with. And there were ways to deal with it, right? Like the Annihilus deck was like, it was okay against Black Panther because you could mess up their Grandmaster, you could mess up their Lasher. I still think Black Panther was just like, for the majority of skill levels, the best deck overall. So they hit it really super duper hard. They took out both, like I said, they took out both Shuri and Grandmaster, who are like, they're the ones who give you an extra double with Black Panther. Mm-hmm. So... and then they also made Wakanda Forever a 6 cost. So
did they? Wow. Okay, that changes things.
So they super duper hit it.
Wow. To see the Mighty brought so low. Oh man, maybe I should have checked in later in the week.
I didn't bother to play it after the nerf. I was like, nah, I had my time as king. It's time for democracy.
Yeah. So
okay,
I went back to Sentinels, and Sentinels is doing. I'm not tracking anymore, but probably around a 60% win rate now. Helps that Black Panther is nowhere to be seen, and also they kind of like they both buffed and nerfed Sentinels. They made the skill cost 3 instead of 4. Good. They swapped out Bastion for Kahori, and Bastion was really important for your like alternate plans, which is make lots of Vickies, or make lots of Devil Dinosaurs. Like a 2/3 Devil Dinosaur is not something you're upset about.
No.
Oh, interesting. I only played the Sentinels. You know, it took me that long to see past the fashion of the split border combination. But I did try it like a bunch after the nerf.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I've been playing tons of Arena just because I think the Sentinels deck is really fun to play. I have like 3,000 glory that I'm just waiting for the daily offers rotation to show variants I'm kind of into. Yeah. I didn't pay the gold. I finished the track in like a few days.
Good for you.
Oh, I went at it hard. I didn't get the pass, but I grinded. I was like, okay, well, you know, we're playing. I did get like Wade Wilson, and then I went for the weekend. I got the Weapon X because it's like I do have Weapon X because I have the season pass. So like, I didn't need to, but I'm like, you know, play it with the fun Berserker's Rage, whatever, while you can. And
he's
then
better in Grand Arena than he is on ladder. So
exactly. And it's not like I really just I didn't lie. I'm not excited to build like a deck with him until I feel like doing like, I don't know, like, you know, Deathbird kind of stuff again. So like, but But then I decided to take, because like I had gotten Wade Wilson, I had won plenty with Black Panther. So before all the changes, I was like, oh, let me get the Chamber Weekend missions, which is a card I don't have, but you could get it if you played the Thanos, if you won enough with the Thanos deck in Grand Arena. And that was such a miserable
yeah, that deck is bad.
I did it. I got 4 wins, but like definitely like burned through some tickets.
That's wild.
Man.
You were inevitable,
right?
but like on what time frame?
I'm amazed that I did it. Right? And I did it like with like 20. It's like I'm really impressed with myself for just being that much better than some bad players. And like maybe a bot. So like or 2, but like no, it's 1. Like the Thanos deck was so important. 1 is like, oh, is this the state of Thanos? They have so much trouble with Thanos because the draw is either too good or not enough, you know. And when it's not enough, polarized. Then if it's not enough, then it's like it's actively bad. And then as soon as it hits that tipping point, then it's way too good. It's just like not enough that like they can tune. And this was like, it was hard. I was not drawing all of the stones frequently to even like be able to play the big thing. And then to play the big ability, which was to you could destroy the front if you didn't play the Thanos deck or Grand Arena. It was destroy the front 2 cards, the front row cards in a row that you played the ability as long as Thanos was in play and had 20 or more power were the conditions to do this. And it's like, honestly, even if you finally got all the stones to play, you weren't able to play Thanos the turn early because the ability costs 4 to then play the ability. And I was doing this. I'm like, I may get these 4 wins and like never in this time of playing Thanos be able to actually even play the ability once. And I finally did. And the first time I did, and I'm not stupid, it was Weapon X, and I knew about the null, but I was like, maybe they didn't draw it. I finally was able to play it. I took out their Weapon X, which was huge, so I could win that lane, as well as hoping like my Thanos would win another lane. And of course, they just played null in turn 6, which it just made that juicier to win the it was contesting.
I think they could have made that skill. I mean, they could have just made it easier to execute, but I also think they could have kept it at the same difficulty, but made it like you win if you do this, right? Like front row in all 3 lanes or something like that.
It's rough.
Thanos gets plus 30 power. I don't know what it would be, but I think it would be fine because that deck was challenging. I'm impressed that you got those wins.
Right? I was so glad to like get Black Panther in early, and then like by the time it was well known and that was all you would see anywhere, I was like, I'm too cool for Black
Panther. That's right.
But Lauren, that's like a good suggestion, like making the Thanos thing like an alternate win condition. It feels like very thematically appropriate for the character.
Yeah. Randomly destroy half of your opponent's cards, including face down cards. I don't know what it would be, but I think that would be cool. I expect
honestly,
we'll see
like maybe
changes,
Thanos should be an alternate win
condition
condition card. Like, I don't know.
Like
I'm sure they'll print another one at some point.
Yeah. Right.
I have okay, and also one last thing about Grand Arena. And I want to say just in a thing, I don't want to say this was a failed pre-con only event problem. I think the problem was more that they just didn't balance them well enough and they didn't address it early enough, and it probably left a lot of sour taste in some people's mouths. But
yeah.
I was fine with it being pre-con. I was fine with not having to worry about the people putting in the just, like changing a couple counter card, to like definitely beat the pre-cons that people were running around with. But Late Night Re did have a request, definitely just Late Night Re and not like Better Smarter Re. Was like the card, the champion and the ability, the champion having new art, right, that I hadn't seen before, and the ability having the same character in the same style art.
No.
Like there were so many times I meant to play one or the other and played the wrong one out. And I'm like,
Oh no! Even though one of them is a skull.
you guys didn't do that? Okay.
No,
I've made. We play fast and loose. Like,
yeah, I have like oftentimes played the wrong card if I have 2 cards in my deck with the same stat line. Like I've done that, but I don't know if I've mixed up a character and a skill yet.
I usually
there was so many times I'm like, that's the Sentinel. Like, or I meant to play the Sentinel ability and I accidentally played Sentinel. That happened to me so many times.
That's rough.
That is rough.
They're both Sentinels and they're both Pixel. And it's like, we're going fast.
Like, clearly you learned something about yourself. You learned that you identify cards by their art. Right? You're not looking at their logo or their stat line or whatever. You're looking at their art.
Yeah. No, I code very thoughtfully and everything else is just vibes. Like, I'm anti-vibe coding. But like, playing cards, that's just vibes.
Vibe everything else. Okay, we're going to talk about this week's cards. Wade Wilson is squeezing into this section because he was brand new last week. 2/2, when destroyed, replace this with a 1-cost card from your hand or deck with +1 power. Sounds like we all got him.
Yep.
I played him to get him out of my booster shop. So I just needed 10 boosters with him. And that probably meant I played a dozen games with him. I was extremely unimpressed. He was basically what I expected. Just slow. Like he's playable. You're not necessarily throwing if he's in your deck, but like it's just the payoff is not there. How about you two? Seen any Wade?
I haven't played with him yet. The time. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
I've seen him played on other, my opponents have the card too, it seems like. I'm not very impressed. I'm sure that like sometimes these decks are beating me, but like I don't have like some impression of, sometimes there's a new card and you're like, oh baby, that one hits. I don't know about Wade. I'm not seeing it. But it's early. I don't know. Have you seen any, Reggi?
No, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I wonder if then there's more memey things to be done with him. But like, the time I should have spent playing with him, I was like doing the weekend missions for Chamber and stuff. So because I specifically, I'm like, oh yay, now I have time to play him for the podcast and talk about him, and then I'm like, ooh, Fallen One.
Neither here nor there, but I saw a lot of Wade Wilson avatars, perhaps more so than the card itself. So I think there may be some segment of the Snap player base that wants to look like Wade Wilson or be seen as a Wade Wilson type.
I haven't seen that at all, or at least I haven't noticed it. I played him in just like a standard ass destroy deck. I wonder if the cute Mimi thing is to have him pull Ebony Maw. But
I was just thinking, I'm like, maybe like in a destroyer deck where you're just blowing everything up, just have him bust out. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you could have him and Bucky hanging out. Give us each lane gets 7 power that way.
I mean, my first thought when I saw the card is like, oh, it's like, what if Bucky was a little worse?
Yeah, I need an auto Arisham. One of the things I was bouncing around with last week to be like, sometimes I just like shimming it up. So like, and it did the most interesting thing ever. Because usually I'm just like, what is it? Because I had saved my last one. And it's just all the normal Arisham culprits. It rolled one and it had like Professor X and Destroyer and like all this. I'm like, what is this?
Interesting.
Put it together. I'm so intrigued. Yeah, and it was kind of a neat idea. It's like, because it's like, oh, try and lock down a lane early, maybe if that's it. And you've got to. It was just like, yeah. I'm like, if someone built that and that's why it got popular, that's cool. If not, I don't know.
The deck builder is drunk. Weapon H, 714. This is our Series 5 card this week. When discarded, put this back with -2 cost. notoriously am just a medium fan of discard, so I'm interested to hear what you two thought about it. Ree's taking a drink, Ben.
Oh, dang. I wanted to hear Ree's thoughts first. May I?
Okay, Ree's done.
Okay. I mean, I don't have great thoughts because here's what happened. I was like, okay, I have like 6,000 something tokens. So it's literally everything after last week's bad spending spree. It would be literally everything I have to get this card. And I'm like, I bet everyone's playing. This is too good. If you're into discard, I feel like you definitely probably bought this. And like, that'll make it not fun. And I don't want to like spend 6,000 tokens to just sit on it until I would get it anyway. So I'm like, but after deciding that and being responsible and like I will save my tokens, I was like, okay, what if we just open a season and see what we say? Maybe be Weapon H. But also, like, it was a lot of like interesting looking cards. So I did roll and I got Spider-Man Noir, and that was just like earlier.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, now I can play like Ben's deck finally.
That's a good hipster card.
Put it together.
It's just a good card. Especially with everything.
Right, so, well,
Good surfer.
we'll see. As long as I don't have to count too many things.
You don't. He does it for you.
Yeah. I am seeing like a lot more discard around though, so I've been playing more. I went back to like my Galactus First Steps, which is like my tech soup deck of like, I'll get you. And yeah,
He's very vulnerable to that. Yeah. Ben?
Well, I did pick up Weapon H. And I bought him with tokens.
Oh, what you been doing?
As I am wont to do. I have been playing him in sort of, it is as I predicted. He feels good as the third big one, So I'm playing him with Khonshu. I'm playing him with Apocalypse. We got a little Dracula situation. I'll tell you what's in it. This deck is currently named Deck 22, which is unfortunate because it's a fun deck and I'm sure I'll give it a fun name at some point. But what's in it? I'll tell you what's in it. We got Scorn, we got Blade, Morbius, Zombie Power Man, Gambit, Corvus Glaive, Swordmaster, Dracula, MODOK, mechanical organism designed only for killing or something. I think that's what it stands for, some silly thing like that. Khonshu, Apocalypse, and the reason for the season, Weapon H. I've been enjoying that. I tried some other things. At first I had like Lady Sif, but here's the thing. When every card in the deck, or not every card, but when 5 out of 6 cards want to be not 5 out of 6, 5 out of 12 cards want to be discarded, and you also want to discard one card that is not one of those cards for Khonshu, like that basically means you just want to discard all the cards all the time. And Lady Sif is a little picky, but like I decided I would rather have the random destroy of Gambit, because I'm only discarding cards I want to discard anyway, because they're all discardable now. What am I going to weep over losing Morbius or Dracula? No, I'm going to bring them back with 12 power, baby. Oh my goodness. So I'm having a ton of fun with that. Weapon H. I wish there were more. I mean, like, I know why we don't have things like a Hell Cow that discards too. Like, I understand that, like, if they print these kinds of cards, they're just hella cards. That's what we've learned. But like, I wish I could be discarding even more indiscriminately and frequently than I'm already doing in this deck. And this is my first time really testing out Zombie Power Man. Hey, he's pretty fun. He's pretty cool. I have another deck that I think I might try him in, honestly, but that one's top secret for now, and the listeners will find out about it eventually. But like, ooh, it just feels good to pitch a million cards. You know who I'm loving these days that I'm playing in multiple decks, some of which I can't tell you about? Swordmaster. Oh baby, that 3/7 is back. Discarding odd things. Weapon H will always be odd and such. And
Till he costs 0.
Well, that's true. That's true. But you know what? What I found, he never costs 0.
Yeah, every time I got him to 0 is because of Dracula.
Yeah, like something. Yep. Yeah, you might see him at 0, but like that's after the game's over. But geez, I have fun with discard, and Weapon H feels pretty fun and beefy. And you know what? They don't really print 514s, do they? Like, I mean, like
Red Skull's a 514 with a big downside.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. You get that if you discard him just the one time. And like you feel like such a chump playing your 514 Weapon H, knowing how little he could cost, but like
did you play him very much? I almost never played him.
I play him a little. You know, sometimes
like,
he's
if
like
I'm
the best
choosing
thing to do
between
with the
514 and MODOK, I want MODOK.
Yeah, well, that's that. I would want MODOK too. That's the thing. This is in a situation. MODOK does not always show up when you would like him to.
Right. Yeah, sometimes Weapon H is the best thing to do, and I played him sometimes, but I was surprised how rarely I did play him.
But yeah, I'm just loving having 3 big ones now. 3 big ones. Yeah, it just it feels like maybe too many. Not too many big ones to be like winning, but like there shouldn't always be big ones. I don't know. Anywho, Corvus Glaive really can do no wrong these days. The card used to feel very different when I played Corvus Glaive, when I was like trying to get excited about Corvus Glaive, but like Corvus Glaive kept shooting me in the foot, discarding key things that I had no way to get back, that sort of thing. But like I was like, Corvus Glaive, I was so excited about you, but you're just a Hella card, aren't you? But like, nope, now regular discard just does not give a fuck what we're pitching. And yeah, I'm having a great time with that deck. I really need to come up with a better name than Deck 22. But yeah, having tons of fun with it. I miss Meek. Usually I have Meek in my Dracula discards. He's pretty good. He moves. He gets moderately big. But yeah, that's what I'm doing with Weapon H. I'm sure I've seen other people playing him in other places. Honestly, some more interesting and creative places, perhaps, than what I've been doing. But I don't know. I think my deck's cool. It's got Zombie Power Man and Swordmaster in it. What's not to like?
I think maybe your deck. I didn't hear every card. Does it have Scorn and Blade?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your deck is like 1 card off from Cougar's deck that I played. It has Sif, not Swordmaster. I found Zombie Power Man to be very good in a deck that has many cards that you're happy to discard over and over again. And they have like decent power, right? So every now and then your hand is a little awkward and you're like, oh, I'm going to hit Morbius right before I can afford him. And then I'm going to hit Dracula right after that. But that's rare. And I found the deck to be pretty fun. It got samey fast for me, but Weapon H seemed okay. He does add something to the landscape because you can play the 3 big ones in the same deck. He kind of landed where I expected. I know that some people were very high on Weapon H, and for me, he was more like it's kind of like Khonshu level, and Khonshu's good, but
Khonshu's great.
But yeah, I don't know. That deck is very sensitive to tech and has very little tech of its own. It's like Gambit is right there in his name. Like that's your one chance to ruin their plans.
Mm-hmm.
Which some decks you can do very easily, right? Like you can snipe their, I don't know, their Ravonna or their Zombie Scarlet Witch, something like that. Like if they have a key setup card that comes out early.
But also, you can tell if you're going to be putting up big numbers or they're going to be putting up big numbers. I don't know. It's one of those decks where I'm not bothered by like a lack of interactivity options, you know?
Yeah. And I was thinking about doing something cute. Hey, can I make Weapon H cost 0 or 1 and then like clone him a bunch of times? I don't know if that's clip worthy, but I was thinking about it. The main reason I don't know if it's clip worthy is because who is staying when they see me discard Weapon H 3 times and then Moon Girl twice? Who's staying against 4 1-cost Weapon H's?
Oh, you're Moon Girling?
That is just a thought.
I mean, I
haven't actually done that. I'm like thinking, is there a Weapon
H? I just didn't know you were swinging that way.
No, I was just wondering if there's a weapon. I was using a real deck, but I was wondering if there's a cute Weapon H clip. That's how I envision it being, is you make him cheap and then play a bunch of them. But who stays? I don't think it could be a real clip. Yeah. So
I don't know. People stay for a lot of like apocalypse.
They sure do. And you know what? I don't think it's necessarily because people are like silly or anything. I think that like a lot of people who like I know that like there's a strain of folks. I don't know. Like it's fun to think that like everyone who I think it's fun for some players. I think some players find it fun to think that everyone who stays against them is an idiot or whatever under these situations when like it's clear that they're going to win. But I don't think that's true. I think a lot of us just want to see what happens. Like some of us would like to know how specifically we're going to lose. Like yep. I want to know the details, and the only way to know is to pay for it with cubes. But you know what?
I will happily
learn snapping.
Right, yeah. How many times have I missed Spider-Ham? Who did he hit? I'm the one who queued up this Spider-Ham, and I have no idea who he hit. Definitely. Okay. Maverick. Next week's card, just a vibe check. The 3/3, activate. Give the next card you play power equal to this card's power. I think it's going to be one of the cards from this season I end up playing the most in the long term.
Oh, yeah?
I think I gave it a 3, but I could easily have gone 4. I don't know. Seems like a strong card to me.
I was like putting it in show notes, and I was like, what? I don't even remember we must have talked about this card, but I forgot it existed.
About it.
And it's a buff card. And I was like, how can I'm so excited. I could try anything. And then like belatedly, because I see everything backwards, maybe I mostly read American comics, but maybe sometimes the old manga, it just gets me. And then I saw the activate, and I was like, boo, that's what I didn't care about you. That's why I forgot about you. You didn't leave an impression on me. You're 3-cost activate. I can't play you on turn 6. Like, get out of here.
I think he's very cool in Surfer. I don't know about outside of Surfer.
He's a little bit like, what if Scarlet Spider cost 3? Wouldn't we all like Scarlet Spider more at 3?
He's very much like that, and he's more controlled.
Yeah.
I do play probably more Scarlet Spider than any of us on the podcast.
I don't know.
Because I put him in my buff status a lot.
I do like Scarlet Spider. I find excuses to play him sometimes, although he doesn't really go in Surfer. And this one does. Oh my gosh, Maverick's going to be part of the core group, I tell you what. He's going to be inseparable from Peggy.
He'll be good in Surfer, but like...
He's going to be so good in Surfer. Oh, babe. Oh my god, everyone's going to be playing Surfer. It's going to be fucking...
That's like a Nepo baby getting into Harvard. It's like, it'll be good in Surfer,
Here's the cool thing about Maverick. Okay, let me sell you on Maverick because I know you hate Activate. He is an interesting sort of bridge card in hand buff decks because he is both a good card to buff and a card that gives buffs.
He pays it forward.
What other card is like that?
Nobody.
Okay, but here's the thing. Usually when I'm looking at a buff deck, like, you're usually looking to buff in hand or in deck. Like, honestly, Ironheart used to be, because there were few enough buff cards, it's like, well, you gotta include Ironheart. She's rarely in, because, like, a lot of times you're not buffing when the board beyond Galacta, and it's like, this is one I want to be buffed, right? You want it to be big, and so that means I'm holding it. That means I'm holding it so that Gwenpool will hit it, so that, like, other things for the most part, unless I just luck out and hit it with a Chavez or something. And that means I'm holding it all the way till turn 5. And then if for some reason something better comes along to play turn 5, he's just out. He's just out of the equation. He's like, when you play like a sad... Like, I played a Sinister that I had no room to expand, and it was like, I'm sorry I did this to you.
I've been known to play Ironheart recently.
It's like, I don't know if I had thought of Ironheart, but I actually think she's great with him. She lets you play him on 3.
Yes,
but like Ironheart is great with
Spider-Man more. Not to join the party of buff girls. Oh, I'm sorry, Ironheart. She sits at a different lunch table now. Okay.
On to our side quests. First up, and only this week, secret homework. This week's secret homework was from Ben.
That's right. I assigned the secret homework. I wanted my friends to entertain me, and I wanted to entertain them. But that was the assignment. Just make something entertaining. Because you know what, I like serious arts, but you know what, I also like having fun. Can we have fun anymore? Anywho, we have fun here at Snap on This, and we're not about to stop anytime soon. So I agonized for days and days until last night. Well, I had ideas. And maybe
you warned us not to procrastinate.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, time is running out, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I should. Yeah, that's right. I reminded my co-hosts. I was like, hey, don't leave this one to the last minute.
Future Ben went back to past Ben. Yeah, you saw your own future, so you had to warn us to avert us from the same thing.
That's the thing. I mean, like, I'd been thinking about it all week, but it can be difficult to decide. I mean, like, I don't want to. I have an interest in a number of creative disciplines. I could have taken this any number of directions, but what I decided to go with, once I had the idea, I knew it was the right one. I followed my heart, and so, for your consideration, Zombie Richard Reeds presents Snap Your Own Adventure. All right, here it is. Victory!
Yes.
You don't know when you're going to hear that voice line again. It was supposed to be the soundtrack of your summer vacation. That is, until your parents got the bright idea to send you to this prehistoric sleepaway camp one last time to look after your stupid siblings. It's such bullshit. No phones, no laptops, just arts and crafts and stupid ghost stories. You're getting too old for this shit. At least there's usually a day for archery. Got to scratch that competitive itch somehow because your Snap ranking this season is completely fucked. That's right. You're one of those super smart 12-year-olds in the upper echelons of Infinite month after month, even though you're still missing half of Series 3. You don't know what to say. Some people just have the fucking juice. Stone Age camp rules aside, it's not like you'd have a ton of time to grind ladder anyway. Your kid brother Jeff is a total dweeb, and you're going to have your hands full keeping the other children from beating his ass. Not that you would blame them.
Oh.
Your brother is straight up begging for it, constantly burying his stupid nose in one of those choose-your-own-adventure books that Zombie Richard Reeds got him on. That cartoon-ass ghoul is for babies, and everybody knows it. You wish you could say that Beth was any better, but your sister has all the social skills of a lighthouse keeper, and not one of the cool ones that ends up befriending a misunderstood cryptid. She's always lost in one of those games that look like Stardew Valley, but aren't. She's played the best, and now she's playing the rest. You've tried to get her into Marvel Snap, or even Marvel Rivals, which seemed like a better idea since she's dog shit at math, but she insists on digging around in the digital dirt like a goddamn peasant. Probably wants Tom Nook to tell her good job or some shit, because she definitely isn't about to hear it from Big Sis. Maybe you should take it easy on her, as she is going through a gaming withdrawal of her own. But maybe she shouldn't have been such a fucking tattletale when you borrowed Mom's debit card to buy the season pass, so maybe we could all be acting a little more sisterly. Sadly, the time has come to give your parents a begrudging hug. They implore you to be a good sister. Remember, you're their role model, all that garbage. You roll your eyes and assure them that the twins will emerge unscathed, relatively speaking. Some mild trauma seems unavoidable, but it's nothing compared to your own frozen SP total. And just like that, your parents drive away to do whatever temporarily childless adults do. You cannot be bothered to speculate. You heard them. I'm the boss. Keep it moving and don't embarrass me. You consider putting some distance between yourself and your siblings as they follow you up the hill to the cabins. Is it worth it? Flip to page 37 if you're all right with being seen together. Turn to page 20 if you want to ditch these losers. All right. Lauren, Ree, by committee, what are we thinking? Which page are we turning to?
I'm hanging out with my siblings.
Okay. I support Lauren, of course.
Okay.
I feel
if we
like
disagree, we can talk it out.
Would you like to know what happens for both of these? All right. Just
It's not
this
choose
once.
your own adventure anymore.
Okay, you're right. All right, so is the
You talking
consensus...
about
Like, you don't cheat and go back and like see the other way sometimes.
How about this? I'll tell you what happens if you turn to page 20 and you want to ditch these losers. Page 20.
Okay.
Ha! Jeff and Beth, who? You lengthen your stride, pretending not to hear the twins hollering at you to slow down. You refuse to turn back, but glancing down, you see that you're actually booking it hard enough to kick up some dust. These losers are literally eating your dust. You are the best sister ever. Well, certainly the fastest. But seriously, if you do stuff like this, your younger siblings will absolutely get murdered by a werewolf or abducted by aliens or some shit. You really can't behave this way. You best read a fucking Goosebumps book, Miss Turner. You're in one. We're going to pretend you didn't just pull that shit because it would be an instant game over fail state if you did. I'm going to act like you did the human thing and walked at a reasonable pace, and we're going to page 37 as if you weren't a total monster. This is your only freebie. All right, page 37. You realize that the other campers will learn that you're related eventually, so there's no real point in delaying the inevitable. Besides, you remember your first time at camp, before you were so good at making friends and stacking cubes to the goddamn ceiling. Things haven't always been so easy for you. By the time everybody is unpacked, the inaugural bonfire is getting underway. As you wait in line to secure your s'mores components, you scan the campground for the twins. A counselor is telling ghost stories, and Jeff is hanging on her every word. You're a little concerned that he's wearing his waiting for a turn to talk face, which can lead nowhere good. It may be worthwhile to intervene before he embarrasses your entire family. It takes a little longer to locate Beth. Much to your surprise, some older campers are teaching her one of those violent card games where everybody smacks the shit out of each other's hands every 30 seconds or so. Slappy card games are the lowest form of card games, but you're actually kind of impressed. Still, you can imagine several ways that this could go wrong. Who needs you most? Turn to page 15 if you think Jeff needs your help. Go to page 37 if you're more worried about Beth.
Oh, which ones? What are their age differences?
They're the exact same age. They're twins.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, man. We don't think very much of either of them, so it's hard to gain capacity for who we think will handle the situation better. I don't know,
If
Lauren.
we want to avoid embarrassment, we got to
Decisively.
stop Jeff, right?
Okay.
But
All right. That's an
but I
interesting
decided the last
choice.
one.
That's an interesting choice. I'm a little surprised. All right. Fair enough. We're turning to page 15. Page 15. And it turned out
I'm not saying
that
that's
his
what I would
puppy
do.
had been a Dracula all along. You arrive just in time to hear the counselor finish the worst ghost story probably ever. She makes zombie Richard Reeds look like Wes Craven, but these babies seem legitimately enthralled. Is the bar really that low? You find your hand on Jeff's shoulder. You hear words, but you have no idea where they're coming from. I think my brother knows a good one. Oh shit, that is your voice. What have you done? Turn to page 40 when you're ready to hear Jeff's terrifying tale. That's the next time, though. This is the sample chapter of this Choose Your Own Adventure.
Nice.
Sorry, I picked the wrong path.
No, that's fine. Do you want to know what would have happened if you checked on Beth?
Yes, I do.
All right. Page 37. Your spider senses tingle as you approach the card game. Something is not quite right. You're close enough to see that the game is spoons. That's fine, you think. As far as slappy games go, this one is relatively tame. But as you draw closer, you hear Beth cry out in pain. A tall boy has slammed your sister's hand into the silverware, and you can see blood! These fuckers are playing with forks! You realize you know the boy, Frank, another 12-year-old returning camper. He knows better, and you are pissed off. What the fuck, Frank? He's scared of you. He should be. How will you destroy him? Turn to page 12 to report his misconduct to a camp counselor. That will teach him a lesson. Turn to page 38 to put him on blast for literally shitting the bed 2 summers ago. Turn to page 41 if you'd like to stab his hand with a fork by accident. And those are 3 options that I don't have the pages for. But if you choose to continue, I will write the pages for those.
Oh,
Anywho,
that
this is
was
just,
amazing.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. This has been Zombie Richard Reeds presents Snap Your Own Adventure.
Zombie
All right,
Richard.
who's next?
Ree's
Wow,
next.
no, so I'm like, yeah, I'm still processing. Also, I'm not familiar with the game Spoons.
Oh, it's just one of those crappy games where you smack the shit out of each other. But it is one of the more gentle ones. In theory, you're just grabbing a spoon out from the center of the table. But
it's kind of like musical chairs where there's one less spoon than there is players. And I don't remember what the condition is, but once you meet the condition, you try to grab a spoon. As soon as somebody does grab one, everybody else can grab them. Person who doesn't grab it is the loser.
Yep.
Okay. In my head, there's more. Okay. All right. Yeah. Hey, that was amazing. I did not follow that up. I didn't have as much time for secret homework. So when Ben reminded us very thoughtfully, I was like, oh yeah, I need to do a thing. And then my brain constellations aligned. And I was like, oh, because he was like, of course, Ben was like, unless you want to phone in, because of course it's always acceptable because, it's voluntary, free-made podcast. I'm like, what if I could do both? And okay, so I have been, last week I had mentioned I was working hard on finishing my Merm game. And I don't really, I haven't streamed for months and months and months. And I had this stream in the before times of streaming my own game that I made and my space builder that I've been working on. It was kind of the dream for that. But that still needs another year of work to be ready, maybe a little less. So so yeah, Mermaid Game, it's pretty much done. There's one scene I need to fix up a bit, but it's done. Me and the artist, we submitted it to a company that helps publish games, pretty much a fully done game, just to see if they'll help us, because I'm just like a Wozniak in search of a jobs. I just want to make the magic, and someone else can figure out how to monetize
the business.
Okay. Yeah, someone else can do that stuff. So anyway, so now it is in a bit of a limbo because I'm not going to release it yet. Otherwise, we're trying to release it sooner until we hear back from them. But yes, I want to. I am delaying satisfaction, sadly. But sometime after this podcast release and before the next, I'm going to I guess sometimes I do day streams, usually at night. I'm going to stream and I'm going to play my Mermaid game on stream, and I'm going to talk about making it. That'll be fun for me.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell us when you're going to do it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I thought about that, but one, it's not always for certain when the podcast is out, and two, okay, it was
oh no, you're not
really
going to. I mean, sure, you can tell our listeners, but I meant you're going to tell us.
Oh yes, I can give you a heads up. I'm I can't I don't want to commit to an exact date because we don't know all the things, totally, but it'll probably be on Twitch because that's what I'm most familiar with. I am set up to go on YouTube and try there. I don't know. So, yeah. So, and it'll just be a chill time. We had a good time back in the days when I got a bit subsumed into streaming. It was a fun little clubhouse, and we had a lot. We developed a whole bunch of in jokes, though. I felt like we were. People coming. It was just constant references to lake housing and all kinds of nonsensory. Okay. So that's going to be my secret homework. I'm really excited.
Okay.
And anxious because I didn't stream forever. Okay.
I'm sure you'll do great. And I will endeavor to be there. Okay, here's mine.
I did writing. Don't worry about it.
I did writing. It's about 3 minutes of writing. I hope it's entertaining, but if it's not, please feel free to skip it.
I'm sure we'll be.
Oh no, I'm not hyped.
I have no sense of how entertaining this is because you'll see. You'll see. It is writing with a restriction. But the content itself, I don't know how entertaining it is. Okay, I'm starting now. A lipogram is a body of words using a difficult constraint. A total omission of, at minimum... Oh, I changed my window size. A total omission of, at minimum, a singular tiny unit of writing, an atom of a word, if you will. Can you work it out? If not by now, how about by my last word? I, your gracious Snap on This co-host, thrill at this opportunity to honor a bunch of cards I am most fond of. First, and most notoriously, Valk, an Asgardian brought to MCU films by Ms. Thompson, and following that, Runa was put into comics as an analog.
When
Not
can we
all
guess?
Valkyrie. Are you ready to guess?
Yes. Is it E?
Let it rip. Yeah, there's no E's.
Yep.
There's also no Q's or Z's, but that was just serendipity.
Because the first thing was you couldn't say the word letter, and there are 4 letters in letter, and I heard you say the other 3 letters in letter, and that narrowed it down.
You guessed correctly.
I'm sorry. Would you like to finish?
Yeah, listen to the rest of 3 paragraphs without using the word E. Not all Valkyrior ideas gay, but Runa is a total by icon. Snap's art commonly portrays this warrior as a badass with a sword, standing on Asgard's rainbow Bifrost or atop Aragorn, an ivory stallion with wings. In Snap, Valk pulls off a strong trick by adjusting all cards at a location to a matching amount of points. Notwithstanding many cutbacks thrust upon Profex and all of Lockdown, Valk is still among my top picks for ways to swing a match in my favor on turn 6. Moving on, card 2 is tough to point to with this limitation I'm abiding by. A sort of witch that Miss Chan took on in that cosmic MCU film that was hit by many a harsh criticism, probably unfairly. Possibly I can clarify which card I'm praising now by its ability. Upon flipping, this cousin to Icarus transforms your additional cards at its location. Canonically, that would be through atomic manipulation, not magic, which is why I said sort of witch. Anyway, your cards transform randomly and with a cost promotion. Counting on RNG has its ups and downs, but it is thrilling to turn a void into a hobgoblin as long as it has room to do its thing. Finally, I'll laud a third among cards I am most fond of, and it shouldn't shock anybody. I also took inspiration from this card for my magic trick just a handful of tasks ago. A villain to that wall-crawling kid rocking an arachnid motif. You know who I'm talking about. This villain is an artist and stuntman with a knack for illusion. Again, a tricky card to list aloud in light of this trial I took on. His MCU showing was by that guy who took a titular part for that cult classic film, Darko. Mm-hmm. Upon playing this card, you actually play a trio in unison. You pick which of that group starts with points. 2, as illusions, won't hold any points at all until you apply buffs with cards such as Bast, Patriot, or that pair I brought up prior to this. So, did you do it? Did it occur to you which modification I was applying to my talk all along? That's all for now.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
Okay, good.
That was incredible. That's so you to put a challenge, such a challenge on it. 3 paragraphs of no letter E.
It was very difficult, so but it was fun.
Yeah, you guys both rocked this hard. I feel, yeah.
Well, thank you.
Well, that was amazing.
Okay, I assign next week's homework. In light of Team Clash starting next week, yes, already we're getting another event. Team Clash is starting on Thursday, and we know a little bit about it. There was a GameSpot article that covered it. From my understanding, there are 5 teams, and there are 6 cards in each team that are required to be in your deck. What I want you to do is build a team deck. Doesn't have to be one of the teams from Team Clash. It can be any team. Right? Any team in all of Marvel, even an informal team. But I want you to pick a team and use at least 6 members of that team in your deck. Bonus points if you do more, but hopefully you can make a playable deck this way.
Okay.
Can we redesign things about our team to make the deck coherent? And because don't the Team Clash ones, they're
the main 6 for each deck in Team Clash do have new abilities, and I guess if you want to do that, you can. I was gonna try to make a deck that I could actually play in the game. You can make it a card creation challenge too if you want.
No.
All right.
I guess
all
that's
right,
Let's not establish a precedent of multiple.
I will not be doing that. Okay.
That's exciting.
Well, listener, viewer, if you like what you heard and you haven't already, like and subscribe. It helps. Rate and review on iTunes or Spotify. Leave a comment on YouTube or Spotify. Or if you want to find out when Rhee's going live on Twitch, come join the Speakeasy, our little corner. I'm making an assumption you're going to post it there.
Yes, I will do that.
It's our little corner of Discord, part of the Snap Judgments League Discord. And there are instructions to get there in the show notes or video description. We're proudly part of the Snap Judgments Network, where you can listen to other great shows like Snap Judgments, our Grand Pod, by Pulse Glazer and Roy on Saturdays. Anyway, I hope that you will tune in next week to hear about our team-themed decks, maybe some thoughts on Team Clash, although it will be fairly new by the time we're recording. Anyway, same Snap time, same Snap channel.
Yay.
It was just 20 minutes. We got through that secret homework.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Damn, we're good.
Do you guys remember my crochet era?
Yes.
Is it?
I didn't know it was
okay.
over.
Fast? I didn't know it was
Well-
over.
No, okay. Well, for several months, here's what happened. I got, you know how I kept getting grander and grander? You know, I was scope creeping my crochet.
Yeah.
I decided to make a pixel blanket of the Black Mage from the original Final Fantasy.
Mhm.
Amazing.
Classic design.
And I did it. I crocheted. It's like 100. I don't know. I didn't count, but it feels like. However many pixels are in the Black Mage with fill-in around the border. I did it. It was so long of doing the same square, and I laid them all out on my office floor. And then it was time to sew them all together. And I started, and I hated it. I hate it so much. As much as I like crocheting, I hated doing this. And it was just like, it started just dragging. It was just like doing it less and less. And eventually I just had like mostly stopped. But I was like, I gotta finish this. So I like just stopped crocheting entirely. And then, but like this week has been like, I've been feeling a bit better. I've been trying to get more active back in the Discords and stuff. Hopefully I can be a little bit more in the Speakeasy and everything. And I did in my let it go spirit, I like packed it all up in a box and was like, you know what? I just don't even want to finish this right now. And there's
That's
so
great
much
too.
right? Yeah. So I packed it up, and now I've been like, I started crocheting. Like this is like the beginning of my mermaid from my game.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
Oh,
Yeah, so I like started again. It's fun, and it's gonna be sweater season. I can make myself
Yay.
itchy sweaters with all my cheap acrylic gear.
oh yeah.
But yeah. So just I don't know. I guess I feel like I've been, a lot of negativity right at the podcast, and it's like here's just a reminder that if something isn't actually like that important and isn't bringing you joy, and you can even just set it aside. To
Don't give in to that sunk
renew
cost
your
fallacy.
love. Yeah, even in Snap, right? Like, you don't have to do the thing that's not bringing you joy. Seek joy. Okay.
Here, here.
Yeah.